Sorry about that. My phone is my camera and I ended up getting a phone call. So I made sure, I was just explaining the fighter pilot, it gives him a +1 to his attack roll, not to his air-to-air. I should point that out because his air-to-air is used for maneuvering, and I don't think fighter pilot helps with maneuvering. I'm going to check real quick. Where are you, fighter pilot? +1 to gun attack rolls, yeah. So it doesn't help with maneuvering, but it's still a very nice skill. And then same principle, the +2 air-to-air is what I was shooting for. So I put Tom in that. And also Gung Ho is just amazing if you can at least have one Gung Ho token. That was my goal, was to try to give everybody with at least one Gung Ho token, especially my bombers. If you remember, Gung Ho lets you cancel a destroyed or damaged, meaning so if another plane destroys you or damages you, you can just cancel it and say, nope, not going to happen. Or in the case of the bombers, which is super nice, and actually everybody's case, but the bombers is where it's very helpful, is you can get an automatic 10. So these guys are all my torpedo bombers, so I can just get a maximum damage with my torpedo just by flipping over a token. That's pretty sweet. Okay, and then the Dauntless are the same. There's only 4 in the game. And so I just hired all 4. I didn't really have a choice. And again, same principle. I wanted to make sure everybody had at least one Gung Ho. And so they have the different promotion levels to reflect that. Walker gets a Gung Ho at the green level, which is amazing. So I gave him a green status. And his air to ground is poor, but somebody had to take it. And then over here is also green, but his air to ground is +2 while he's green. So Benson is amazing at low levels. So what I did was I bought for him the Gung Ho skill, and now he has a Gung Ho token. So yay me. And then Lewis has Gung Ho at average, so he got the average. And then here you can see Bearcat got a Gung Ho at average as well. Now, I bought him a +1 cool because his cool value is very low. He may have it at legendary level, but I can tell you, I played him in the last mission. He never had above a 0, so stress was always an issue for him, and he has the best dive in the game, so I gave him a +1 cool. Quick Hands, by the way, is +1 air to ground, so this guy actually has +1 air to ground for his rolls. And I think that covers all the skills. Oh, alert. I didn't explain what alert does. Alert subtracts 2 from a bandit roll. So if a bandit were to be chasing Sarah here, she gets a -2 to her air-to-air. This would cancel that. It's once per mission. Okay, let's get started. All right, first thing we have to do is we're spending -3 SO points, or is it 3? Oh, yeah, it's 3. -3 SO points to do a priority, or I'm sorry, a recon. And because we have a 0 recon over here, so let's get a target. I'm gonna move my sheet out of the way here. And we have carrier defense. So I think that means they're attacking us. It's a scramble, so I can't draw any more cards. I have the option to keep spending 3 SO points to draw more cards. So in this case, I can't do it because it's a scramble. They're attacking us. And you can see here that the objective is 3 BFN2s. I have to destroy at least 2, or the campaign ends with a dismal. And I get +1 stress for the mission. Or B5N2s, I mean. So let me see here. The B5N2s, one of these. Yes, they are, right there. So 1. I need how many? 3. 2, 3. And they're low altitude. Now, the game rules say you have to be low altitude with your fighters to be able to fight these. So these are our target. The rules also say they never leave the target space. So I'm going to just put them right on the target card. So they're going to be there waiting for us. And we will draw 1 bandit, and that's it. It's going to be, so basically this is an air-to-air mission. We're going to get +1 stress. So remember, every mission gives you 2 stress. So I get to take 3 planes on the mission, and whatever 3 I send are going to get pretty stressed out, because as you can see, we don't have a lot of cool on these pilots, but we are going to take Thatch, and our goal is we want to get experience points as fast and as hard as we can. So we're going to bring Gray Cap, and I'm tempted to take Wiggins, but I have a feeling that we're going to get a lot of stress, and I'm going to need a good fighter for the next mission, so I'm going to take Tom. Tom, I'm not pronouncing your last name. Conchow? Anyways, we're going to call him Tom. And so that's my 3 pilots for the mission. Okay, we're going to, as far as arming them goes, we're not arming them with anything. They're going in with their guns. Their guns are all they need. So, okay, we're going to draw our target-bound event card. For the duration of this mission, this would have been an awesome card on any mission except for this one. So that stinks. I'm going to just discard that. And now we get to place our aircraft. I'm going to go ahead and just place them up here in the top corner like that. And they're all low, even if I forget to make them low. I'm going to make them low right now. Otherwise, I can't destroy the bombers. And we get to draw the bandit. So let's see what the bandit's going to be. The bandit is a special sight. Or nope. The bandit is, we have a 0 here. And we have to pay attention for veterans or legendary pilots. But this 0 is an average one. So we do Intel Air Defense Adjustment. As you can see, there's no change until that moves. And unfortunately, our Intel is not going to improve, so we're going to have to spend 3 SO points next turn. And now we draw our over target card. Treat all shaken pilots as okay for this mission. So that's good in case we gain stress causing us to become shaken. That could help us. I don't know if that's really going to be an issue. So now we start. Okay, nobody can do anything turn 1, so we're moving in. And they are moving. Only this one will move, the other ones won't. So they're going to move out, and Thatch is going to go ahead and take their top pilot here. So we're going to put them in the neutral position. The other 2 are available as like that. So we move to turn 2. By the way, the flight leader is Thatch. I don't worry about flight leader until I get special awareness tokens, and I have none on any of my guys, or situational awareness, I mean. So we're not going to worry about flight leader at this point. So we are on turn 2. We now have to do a dogfight, and the bandit goes first because all my guys are slow. So the bandit's going to go first, and we're going to roll for the bandit. I rolled a 1, so that's going to be a tight turn. 4 or lower is a tight turn. So we're going to now do see if he succeeds. He got an 8. He gets to add 1, which becomes a 9, but Thatch takes away 3, becomes 8, 7, 6. He does succeed, so he gets an advantage position, and now he's going to roll. Now the beautiful thing about Thatch is he gets to roll 2 dice. This is called an evasion, and it's free. He doesn't have to take any stress. So, well, good thing we did. This 6 is still not good. That becomes a 7, and then 6, 5, 4, right? Goes up to 7, then down to 4, and then because it's advantage, it goes up to 5. And the 5 is just enough to do 1 stress. Okay, so we get 1 stress for Jimmy Thatch. All right, so now it's our turn. I'm actually going to start with these pilots, and let's just do a pot shot and see if we can get them. So Gray Cap is going to go. It's going to be a neutral attack. And so I rolled a 5, and Gray Cap gets +3. He has an air-to-air of +2, and then the fighter pilot makes it a +3. So that's an 8. which would kill him, except he has a +1 there, so it becomes a 7. Gray Cap missed. So that was unfortunate. And now we're going to try Corsair. And he rolled a 2, which is definitely not going to hit. One thing we can do is we could have gung-hoed, but I didn't. I'm going to choose not to at this point. And so we're going to go to Thatch here. And he's in a little bit of a pickle, but he's going to try to do a half loop. So Thatch is going to try a half loop. So let's see what we do. I rolled a 6. A 6 is a good roll. So 6 minus 1 is 5, plus 3 is 8. So for a half loop, that's +2 position. So we're going to go back to neutral, and then Thatch gets an advantage. So now Thatch is going to do his attack roll, and that's a 6, and that's a dead bandit, because he's going to add 3 and subtract 1. And then he's going to actually add another 1 because of the advantage. So this bandit is dead, and once again, it's not a legendary or veteran, so we're going to throw it back in the cup, and Thatch gets his first star towards ace. Okay, so we have our first kill. End of the turn, everybody moves in, and we're going to take a bomber. So 1 for each, like so, and then we're going to go to turn 3. Okay, the bombers get to go first, and I mean, I guess technically speaking, they're not engaged, the bombers. The gunners are going to fire the same time that we attack them. So let's just get straight to our attack. Bombers can't attack us, so it's just that simple. They don't do any maneuvering in dogfights. So let's start with Thatch. Thatch is going to do a yo-yo. Is he? Or a half loop? He's going to do a yo-yo. So we rolled a 10, which he's dominating. And for a yo-yo, that's +2 position, +1 attack. So we move to this. I'm going to go ahead and do the attack for the gunner first. So their gunner, it went into my crack on my table here. The gunner rolled a 10, which is awful. I should have, oh, Thatch gets free evasion, sorry. The gunner rolled a 6. Okay, so the 6 gets subtracted by 1 to 5, and then subtracted by 3 more to 4, 3, 2. So the gunner missed. So that was one of the reasons why, even at a 10, that 10 would have been reduced to a 9, 8, 7, 6, which would have only been 1 stress. So it was impossible for this gunner to ever destroy me or damage me. So that's the cool thing about having +3 air-to-air against bombers. Okay, so it's our turn to attack. We rolled very poor, but we still might do this. So 2 plus 3, because he's tailing, is 5. Plus 3 more is 8, and then this actually adds +1 for 9. So Thatch killed the bomber. And don't throw this in the bandit cup. These go in our own cup. So Thatch knocked out another one. All right, so now we move on to Corsair, Tom. And I'm going to roll for the bomber first. Tom gets a +2 air-to-air. Yeah, the worst that can happen is 1 stress. So that's a miss. So Tom's going to go. We're going to do a... Well, I did the attack for them. I was supposed to do the yo-yo first. So let's do yo-yo now. I rolled a 5. This makes it a 6, and then Tom makes it an 8. So the yo-yo causes us to be advantaged and get +1 attack. And yes, that bomber would have missed. So now we go to Tom's attack, and that 8 is more than enough to kill this. So second bomber is dead, and Tom gets a kill. Now we go to the third one, and that is Gray Cap. And we're going to do it properly this time. We'll do the yo-yo. It's 7. He adds 2 more for 9, and then the bomber actually makes it a 10. So the bomber is now being tailed, and the bomber is going to attack. I am not going to spend a stress. So the bomber rolls a 7, which is high, but he subtracts 1 for 6, subtracts 2 more for 5 and 4. So it's just 1 stress, which is the same result as if I would have evaded. So Grey Cap will attack. That's a poor attack, 3, but he gets to add 3. That makes it 6. The bomber adds 1 more for 7, and then he adds 3 more because he has the fighter ability. So that's 8, 9, 10. I actually think he might have been able to roll 1, and he still would have destroyed this bomber. So bomber is destroyed. And just like that, we breeze through the first mission. And we have 14 SO remaining. The target was destroyed, and it's going to be for 5 victory points. And I like to write the 5 down below for a cumulative total. Okay, I always forget to do the homebound card. Keep this card. The next time a pilot suffers a damage result, they can suffer +2 stress and then discard. I like these types of cards. So my system is, if it's the bottom one, that'll be exposed. If it's the middle one, I cover it up. And then if it's the top one, I cover it up like that. So that card means it's the bottom one. And we got this. So every mission is 2 stress. This is +1 more, so we're going to add 3 stress to all of our pilots. And so this one's at 4. This one just gets 2. Oh, he didn't go on the mission, and that one gets 2. So there we go. That's our stress situation. And let's not forget experience points. So we got our target. We'll put our guys back. So my system is this. If they went on the mission, they sit on the table. If they didn't go on the mission, then they're half on the card. So that's how I know who gets the rest bonus, and then it's also how I don't forget who gets the experience points. So it's only 3 of them, so hopefully I won't forget. But we're going to start with Thatch. Oh no, we're not going to start with that. So everybody gets 2 experience points. Thatch gets to give it to somebody else. So let's see who else we have. We have Grey Cap. He's going to get 2. Where are you? I'm going to write it in here. My pen's not working. Grey Cap. No, wrong spot, wrong spot. Where are you? Here. Grey Cap. Okay, he gets 2 experience points, and he needs 4 to level up. So let's check out Tom first. He's getting... How am I so crazy? This is Grey Cap. So let's cross out Wiggins, put in average, and this will be Wiggins. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time with this. And he's a veteran, so we're just going to write down veteran here. Okay, so Grey Cap got 2 experience. I just didn't want to have to figure out how to erase those experience points. Grey Cap got 2, and then Tom, he got 2. Grey Cap needs 4, Tom needs 5 to level up, so Thatch is going to give both of his points to Grey Cap. And so on turn 1, he's going to become skilled for -4 points. So coming over to Grey Cap here, flip it over, and he's going to get +3 air to air. That's the big bonus for him. Oh, it was also important to point out that when you're selecting Wildcats, it does show that you gain SO points, but that's only 1943 or later. This mission is 42, so you don't get any SO points for selecting these guys. Okay, so we have a level up already on turn 1, and now we're getting ready to go to day 2. So our SO points are 14. We're going to spend 3 at least to draw our first target because our recon is still 0. Let's see what we get. Search and rescue, it's a secondary mission. -2 stress from all pilots in the squadron. That's pretty cool. We get to take 2 on that. I'm gonna spend 3 more. Let's draw another one. Let's see if we can get it. I want to do 2 missions. This doesn't help our intel, so that's why we need to get this up. Carrier defense, scramble, and again, no improvement to intel. So I may have made a huge mistake. So taking 6 away, we're down to 8 for day 2. The good news is if I spend 3 tomorrow, that takes us down to 5. And then on day 4, I can go down to 2. So as long as I don't do a double search like this, I can at least survive the 4 days. But man, oh man, that's going to cut it close. So we're on day 2 out of 4. We have ourselves 2 targets. And just to recap, I'm at 5 victory points. I need to get to 19. So we're not even past dismal yet. And this is another one of those carrier defenses, just like the last mission we just did. And then we have a search and rescue here, which does have 1 bandit and a bunch of sites. But see, we have to destroy something here. We have to do 2 hits to something. What do we do? And I know I just realized I'm looking for recon, not intel. Intel's nice as well, but I want recon. But these targets don't have anything. Carrier defense, I get to take out 4 planes. I'm taking out 4 D3A1s. So I'm going to take out all 4 of my fighters again. And then for this, I'm just going to take out 2 dive bombers, I think, because this is not a naval target. So now the question is, should I bring out a bomber on this? I mean, I get to take 4 planes. It's going to cause all kinds of stress. So this is +2 stress. I'm going to add 4 stress to all my pilots that go in this mission. That's my only concern. So then the next day, well, I even have fighter pilots available after doing 4 stress on all of them. I'm looking over at them and they're pretty stressed out already. In fact, they're all still okay, but they're on the border. This is tough. This is a tough DVG. Kevin, if you're watching, that's quite the stinker move you did here. Now here's the cool thing. If I take a fighter on this one, I get -2 stress. So can I win this with just 3 fighters? That's the question. There are 4 bombers. Let's look at what we're up against. D3A1s. They give you a -1, so they're going to be pretty easy to take out. 3, 4. Yeah, I'm going to go in with just 3 fighters. So I'm going to do everybody but my legendary. So my gung-ho guy is not going to go, and he'll recover in other ways. Sorry, I'm still thinking. Tom is going to be down and out after this mission. Chuck is definitely going to be down and out. One thing I'm checking is, did he have 1 cool? Yes, he did. Technically, they promote before they get to do the promotion before they take the stress. So if the promotion gives them a cool, then you get to reduce the stress by 1. Okay. Yeah, both of these guys are going to be stressed to the max. He's going to, assuming he gets no stress this mission, he'll be at his limit. but we have to do it. So let's get out here and do it. Those three guys are gonna go. I get to take a fourth one along. And so what's funny is this guy is going to get a +1 to all his rolls because he sat out the last mission. If I bring him along and he gets 2 experience points, I'm going to be able to give those 2 experience points to one of my other pilots. That's where I'm getting a little selfish. I'm trying to see if I can get more experience points into my fighters. The other choice I have is I can bring him along for the bombing run and do the same thing, but I don't necessarily want to do that. So who has good cool value? Nobody really does. So I will do that. I'm going to bring him along just for the experience points. And that's it. That's my final answer. So I'm going to put all of my guys here. They're not equipping anything, including Brett here. He's not going to equip anything. So they're all considered fighters, if you will, even though his air-to-air stinks. And let's do the target-bound card. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't look at it. Do not place bandits until the advanced turn counter step of turn 2. Holy cow. All right, so then we're going to do over target. I drew the same thing again. Gain 1 SO point for every site you destroy. There are no sites. So this was a bad one to draw. Okay, turn 1. We're moving in. Go to turn 2. And it says advanced turn counter step of turn 2, which is, yeah, that's after we move. So turn 2, we're going to move in, and I don't think we engage. Yeah, we do. We're going to engage the bombers right now. So that's turn 2, and now we're going to draw for our bandit. See what we get. It is, we do get a 0. So he is there. And so now we move to turn 3. Okay, they get to go. And since we're all occupado, this bandit's going to just do a neutral attack on one of us. So it's going to be 2, 4, 6, 8. 2 means he's going after Tom. Tom has a +2 air-to-air. The bandit has +1. Tom will take the stress. He's going to be pretty stressed out anyway. So he's taking the stress to force the bandit to roll 2. And good thing, that would have been a bad outcome. So the bandit rolled a 3. Tom's going to subtract 1 from him, so no damage. Okay, so now it's going to get to our turn because the bombers can't attack us. And what we're going to do is Gray Cap is going to break off and engage. And that's not how it works. Yeah, we got to fight our guys. And then during our move step, one of the guys, assuming we kill some of these bombers, can then engage him. That's what we're going to do. Okay, Gray Cap's going to go first. He's going to do a yo-yo. So 7 plus a million. He's going to get this thing into a tailing position. So now we're going to roll for the gunner. The 2 misses. And yeah, I'm not going to do evasion with these gunner rolls. So Gray Cap's going to roll an 8. That's more than enough. 1 bomber's dead. And Gray Cap gets a star. In fact, he gets a 2nd star because Wiggins, or I'm sorry, yeah, so this was Tom. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there we go. We're good. We're good. I may have gotten that wrong, but we're good now. We've destroyed 4 planes so far. So actually, Gray Cap has 1 too many stars right now. So we're gonna go to Tom. Yo ho, yo yo. 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 is good for an advantage. So roll again. 3, 4, 5, 6 plus 1 is 7. He didn't do anything. The bomber does break away per the rules. So they'll have to re-engage neutral. So Tom didn't get his guy. Wiggins, yo-yo. 4, 5, 6, 7 is enough to get an advantage. And I just realized Tom needs to have a gunner roll. Gunner misses. So for Wiggins, we're going to do his gunner roll. Rolled a 9. This becomes an 8, and then Wiggins makes it a 7, 6. So Wiggins gets 1 stress. Done. And then Wiggins is going to attack. He rolled an 8. We got a second bomber down. And then Wiggins gets his first star. Okay, now Brett, our amazing Devastator, is going to try to take out, his gun value is 10, by the way. His air-to-air is -3. It's impossible. I mean, well, no, it's not impossible. Let's do a yo-yo attempt. Oh, he went into the crack. And I got a 10. Oh my gosh. So how does this work? 10 minus 3 is 7. Plus 1 is 8. So for the yo-yo, he gets an advantage. So now we're going to roll for the attack. I rolled an 8. I'm going to subtract 3 because of his air-to-air. That becomes a 5, and this just adds 1 to 6, and then 1 more for 7. He needed a 10. So that was a silly exercise, but I was just interested in it. Okay, so the turn's over. We get to move. So Gray Cap is going to take out the bandit. Tom is going to re-engage, and then Wiggins is going to tell Brett to just cool his jets and quit trying to show off. And we now move to turn 4. So we got plenty of turns to get this done. All right, so the bad news is the 0 gets to go first on Gray Cap. So he's going to roll a 5. And with all the modifiers, that's going to be a tight turn. And on the tight turn, he rolls a 6. Gray Cap, or then this makes it a 7. And then Gray Cap's going to make it a 5. Actually, Gray Cap has a +3 now with his level up. So he's going to make it a 4. Doesn't matter. It just means no change. So now we're going to be attacked. And Gray Cap has to take the stress. He's going to take the stress to do 2 dice. This 8 would have been what? It would have become a 7, a 6. So we'd have been fine. But this 6 becomes a 4. And so that's actually no hit. So the outcome would have been the same. All right, so we're done there. The bombers don't attack us. So now it's Gray Cap's turn. Gray Cap's going to do a yo-yo. He rolls a 10, which was a perfect roll. So we're going to get this situation. And I always forget that I get a +1 attack with the yo-yo. So it doesn't matter. I'm rolling like a banshee right now. And that's another average pilot gone. And so Gray Cap, remember I said he had 1 too many stars. Now he's got the 2 that he was supposed to, that I already had marked. We're going to go to Tom. Yo-yo is 2. Tom adds 2 more for 4, and then this would be 1 more for 5. It doesn't matter. He's going to get a -1 to his attack now. And Tom's going to use a gung-ho and destroy it. So Tom gets another star. I guess I could have waited. That's fine. We're going to just use the gung-ho and be done. It's only a 4-day campaign. Wiggins, going to do a yo-yo, 7, 8, 9, 10, yeah. So this thing's in bad shape. The gunner roll for Tom was a 2. Gunner roll for Wiggins, a 2. And now Wiggins is going to do his attack, which is a 9. So Wiggins got a kill. And he got his 2nd star. All right, so we win the mission, and that is 7 victory points. So we get 7 victory points, and this was mission 14, and the other one's mission 39, and then it was mission 13 on day 1. Okay, so 7 victory points is pretty impressive. It does say +2 stress, so going to set that aside. So that means 4 stress total for the mission. So Tom is stressed to the max. 2, 4, 6, 7. Yep, he's unfit right now. We're going to do 3 on this one. So he's at his cusp. We're going to do 3 on this one. 2, 4, 6, 7. He's shaken, not stirred. And he didn't go on a mission, so he's going to take 2 away. All right, experience points. We have Wiggins is getting 2, and he would need 9. Okay, Gray Cap gets 2, and he needs 4. And then Tom gets 2, and he needs 1. So, or he needs 1 more. So, we're gonna level up Tom, because remember, Brett gets 2 experience points. So we're gonna dish it out like candy. Tom's gonna go up a level. So for -5, he's gonna become skilled. And this might help his stress situation. And then we're gonna give the other one to Gray Cap, like so. Okay. So putting him back. Oh, and 3 stress for Brett. Oh, Brett actually did get a +1 to all of his die rolls because of this. I didn't pay much attention to that. I think his yo-yo actually would have succeeded if I remember the roll correctly. Okay, so Tom leveled up. And Tom does get a cool. See, he had no cool, now he gets one. And the other cool thing, so I'm going to just take this away. And he's down to 6 stress. And the other cool thing is he gets another gung-ho. It was almost like I knew what was on his card. I really didn't, but that was a wonderful level up there. Okay, so the idea of bringing in my legendary just to give out free candy actually was a good one. I like that. It turned out really well. Okay, I do have some stressed out fighters though. I think if you do this mission in the future, you may want to have more than just 4 fighters. I thought I'd be bombing ships. I am not bombing anything. But here we are. We're going to bomb something now. Secondary mission. We're going to get -2 stress from all pilots in the squadron, which is great, except nobody has any stress. I would have brought my fighter, the legendary one, except he does get +3 air to ground. Ooh. Ooh. But he can only carry a 250-pound weapon. Well, first let's see what the sights are. The target gets 2, and then 1 for each approach. 1, 1, 1 and 1. And rifleman, rifleman, light machine gun, and rifleman, and then no sight. Okay, so what do we got here? We have a lighter area there. As long as we're flying high, we can ignore everything on the board except for this. So if I bring in my fighter pilot, which is a funny idea, he has to fly in low, which means he's going to get shot at along the way. The funny thing is he could... nope, we're not going to do that. We're going to bring in 2 dive bombers. That's why I got them. And we're going to bring in Bearcat. And I actually don't think it matters who else I bring in, but we'll bring in Walker. Bearcat and Walker. Okay, so I forgot to draw my return home card. During the next mission, the first 5 rockets purchased cost 0. I cannot purchase rockets with any of my guys, so that wasn't very helpful. Okay, next we're going to do we have to assign our pilots and arm our aircraft. Well, if you watched my last video, you know me. I exclusively, almost every chance I get, use 1,000-pounders. I just don't see any reason to use anything else. Unless I have SO points, then I would maybe get a napalm or something, but 1,000-pounders are, I think, to me, the best bang for the buck. Especially when you only have to hit 1 target. Okay. Redraw sights. Oh, this could be bad. So we don't place our aircraft yet. The target bound card is before placing aircraft, so we could potentially change. So there's 2, 1, 1, 1 and 1. So let's see what we got. We got another rifleman, a rifleman, a rifleman, and this thing is a heavy machine gun, and then 2 riflemen. So that did make the situation worse for us. We are going to be high altitude because we're going to dive bomb. And that's done. So I'm going to stay in my same spot. Now we're going to draw the over target card. No. We do the bandits first. So let's see what bandit we get. This one, we would be very beneficial to have a no bandit, and we do. Yes. That was just pure luck, and I'm very grateful for it. Okay, reduce 1 random pilot's air-to-air stat by 2. I will reduce both of them by 2. How's that, DVG? So me. Okay, so we did that. Turn 1, we're flying in. Go to turn 2. Turn 2, we're flying in. Go to turn 3. Turn 3, we are dive bombing. And now they get to attack us. And the worst they can do is add 1 stress. So the blue one is for Bearcat, the white one is for Walker. And so we're just going to roll. And the white one was for Walker, so Walker gets 1 stress. Where are you at? You're here. Okay, so Walker gets 1 stress there. And then we get the bomb. So we're done with that. So I'm going to do, who should I do first? Bearcat gets a +1 air to ground. So let's do Bearcat first. I'm going to roll. He gets +1 air to ground, +3 for his dive, so he's getting +4. to his die roll here. So I got a 7 plus 4, that's 3 hits. I obliterated the target, so we won. Mission over. So we're not going to do any more attacking, and then we're just going to fly away. Okay, so that part's done. This bomb's gone. I have one more bomb in case we need it for the homebound. If pilots were shut down during the mission, gain 3 SO. No, they weren't. So nothing happens there. And we gain +2 stress from the mission for each of our guys. So Walker gets 1 stress. And then, who was the other one? Bearcat gets 1 stress because he has +1 cool here. But then the card says the bonus is -2 stress for all pilots. So what I think is you get that bonus when you destroy the target. So my interpretation of that is that I can't take away this stress because this is for, you apply this stress when you return home. So one of these stress I could take away, the one that he got flying in from the rifleman, but I can't take away the other one. So that's how I'm going to interpret that. It's an interesting situation. I don't think I've run into that before. And so Bearcat and Walker are going to go there. And then we accomplish search and rescue, which is 1 victory point. Don't spend it all in one place. So that's 8 total victory points. So we're up to 13, and we're off to day 3. Okay, I'm going to end the video, and we'll see you very soon. Thanks for watching.